Hey! Ah, Globox! They'll never fall shit. You wanted me more this too? No, what's better? Never stop. Cameron Bruce too. Oh, whoa, change it up. Huh? Leah Phil! Do what I did. Just good Brewster. Oh, yeah, it's you. Oh, you almost have it. Now what's food is? Give me so much corn. Yeah! Raymond! Oh, you almost have it. Corn to consider one knee. Whoa! Hey, hep, ha, hey, hep, ha. Hey, hep. Whoa. Hey, hey. Hey. Hey, hey.